Welcome back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is episode 118. If you are joining us from our glorious web live drink-along from this weekend, I apologize for how awfully shitty that
I think we kicked a lot of fans over.
Boy, I think the conversion rate was high. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing a lot of people just jumped in and were like, yeah, fuck yeah. I love not being able to hear two of the guys and being able to hear one of them.
We're trending.
They particularly liked when it took us like 40 minutes to get going.
We're
trending. Yeah.
People liked the video. Like, you know, when you sign into Facebook?
Yeah.
Like, there was 4 or 5 likes the video. So, I was like, this is maybe they were still drunk, but it was like Monday morning. Like, I signed in, you know, when I got up at 3:30 and I was notified. Three people liked this video.
I think 2 of them were mine. Because when we were trying to join, I was clicking on anything and everything to get into the video, so I just kept clicking.
Well, this was 2 days after because that was Saturday. But one was somebody named Raj. I don't know the other.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it's one of those server farms or whatever. You know, like
perhaps
maybe the farm's named.
I wish the farm would have sent more likes over. You know, just one guy. I think that guy might maybe. I don't know. He works at the farm, but he's just, like actually a fan.
Yeah.
Just him. And
all
the accounts he manages.
Or maybe he's learning English and he found that video very challenging.
Or he's just a normal American beer drinker named Raj, and we've just profiled him.
So
welcome to the show, Raj.
I was bothered by it. So Skype has had an update, and Facebook has had countless updates. So I went back into their notes because how you made it beautifully tiled in May, like 3 equal screens or whatever.
Yeah,
and
this was
like this, you couldn't do that. So there was an update note in that in like September or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I had, multiple people, and we went over this on the video, that were messaging me saying, hey, your volume is off or your volume is different or whatever. So I was like trying to play with my headset. I almost took my headset off and just went with the webcam, because maybe, I was the only one on a headset. Maybe it was just picking up. I have no clue.
Yeah. So
it's amazing that throughout COVID and the technological advances that every industry has seen in video teleconferencing, that we somehow regressed significantly.
I think Facebook regressed. I've been looking into it. This pissed me off, this weekend. We did not regress. We were on point in May. We were on point. We nailed it. Everyone has mastered the art of conference calls and the visualization of those conference calls. The problem is socially distributing your content. So Zoom's great at it.
Yep.
Skype's great at it, and all these other companies who do this are great at it, but you can't get it a live feed of it pushed out to the masses. Well, so now Facebook is
from multiple locations. So
Facebook's the direction we want to go. There's a lot of different variables that they have fucked up on. One of which is conference calling from a business page, which is what we have. So that's why you kept seeing Butt inviting you.
Yeah.
Because the Brew Crew business page is still linked to our Butt Chug, the name Butt Chug personal account. So that was that. So the business page. Then I was trying to use my iPad as like the master media center. It's got great microphones, great cameras, and it just, from a mobile app, you can't do the conference calling. You have to do it from the web desktop. It's a nightmare. Facebook, they wanted to jump on that bandwagon, and they're failing, in my opinion, if a business can't do it, because who else is going to do it? Let's get on a group Zoom call.
On
Facebook. No.
So I was sent from 3 different people, 2 different solutions. One is buying a capture card, which is what streamers use, so they can have multiple computers, which is very similar to what we would do. So capture card is very cheap. And then you screen capture that, and then you just forget Facebook, unless you want to just put that feed independent of Facebook on there. So you just keep it separate. You just use Facebook as the social, but we wanted to get rid of the delay, which was, the only issue I could go out in May was we were about 35-second delay.
Yeah.
So as long as we have the capture card, then it just looks like it's one feed instead of trying to bring 3 feeds together. The capture card nullifies that, so then it's just one feed, even though all 3 feeds are being done, and then it's just captured by that. So
So we'll work the kinks out. Facebook, maybe we just move on from using Facebook Live and go to YouTube Live, or
and that's where
Instagram has one, or Twitch might actually just be the better solution.
That was the final solution.
Yeah.
Chuggalo Pete said go to Twitch, but then I've seen where streamers that I use can't drink on screen. They have to like cover it up or obfuscate it, which would nullify. But Chuggalo Pete has said that he's seen drinkers on there all the time. They just have to get like explicit permission from Twitch, because Twitch is targeted towards kids.
Okay.
That's one thing. Like even on Facebook, when we were creating the feeds, was 21 plus.
Yeah.
So kids couldn't chime in. So it's just an extra step with Twitch. But people can drink on Twitch, and that's just an outlet, because that's one business that's doing it extremely right. For the most part, there's minor sub stuff.
That's a good idea.
But
that seems like
and it's easier to
monetize.
Easiest
kill.
Yeah, there's monetization aspects to Twitch too. Once you become an affiliate, I have a couple of friends that are affiliates, and it's easy to monetize. Like if people want to throw bits at you or whatever. So
like here's
Bitcoin?
$1, take a shot.
I'll take some Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Free Bitcoin? I'm in.
Yeah.
It's free. Everything's free.
So loud and clear.
Welcome to the show. If you're joining us, and as Matt mentioned last week, we've been doing the Facebook advertising again, where we jumped back into that, and they changed their algorithm as well. So now there's a lot more focus on interaction rather than link clicks.
Yeah.
So we've gotten a shitload of likes, like in the 60s or 70s. Jumped over to our Instagram page, we have like 90 followers on our page, and people are liking our ad. So I think that's where the crowd's at. So if you're joining us from the Instagram, welcome. I swear I'm going to try to post more pictures. The thing is like Facebook's easy. You just put some text in there and boom, send it out.
Right.
We got to have a picture ready for Instagram. I don't always have pictures of beer.
Just a bunch of like stock pictures. All right, so just send you all of our pictures of beer.
Yes.
Because Instagram
you yourself could log in and post.
Okay, I will have to.
That'd be
I'll
great.
have to figure it
I
out.
think
I've
that's where
never
our
been on
biggest
Instagram.
following is
Okay.
coming from currently.
Yeah.
We need women to post. We need pictures
Instagram,
of women
we
drinking.
need pictures of women
That's
drinking.
that's where you get followers.
That's how
That's the
Instagram
bottom
works. Yeah.
No one wants to see us holding a beer. Honestly.
No one does. No one does.
It's one of my favorite pictures. All right, so Instagram, wave of the future, beer news.
Beer news.
Do you guys have anything?
I'll have the list, but maybe we could do it at segment 3.
Okay, segment 3. So 2 things. Do you want me to start off with the really cool thing or the really big thing? You either get cool or big.
I like big.
Okay, the really big thing.
Let's go big.
So this weekend, after the chug-along, or the drink-along, because the chug-along is the February whenever. So I bestowed... long story, I know I told this, so... Chuggalo Stev went on to Dayton Beer Geeks and was looking for a mini fridge, if you guys recall. So I had come into possession of a mini fridge, and I said, hey, it's going to be down here the first week in December. And then he was asking for measurements or whatever. So anyways, Chuggalo Stev and I gave him a couple of beers and a mini fridge for his bar that he's building. So Chuggalo Stev, he was on episode 8 or Stev, excuse me. He was on episode 89 of the pod, if you go back.
Also makes an appearance at the end of the live episode.
So Chuggalo Stev left this on my doorstep.
Uh-oh.
BCP.
So Chuggalo Stev, you're going to be in some shit, because these guys, this is live, Chuggalo Stev. I know you believe us, we didn't pre-produce this. So Chuggalo Stev left this for us.
What?
And he said, ideally, he would like us all to go. So for everyone, I'm just letting them react first.
That's insane.
So Chuggalo
We should be
Stev
getting Steve gifts.
offered or left a $50 gift card to the Barrel House, which we've talked about the last couple of weeks, advent calendars and being able to go there. So we just recently brought him up. And they have Wu-Tang Wednesdays, which is always a hit.
Man,
so he got us a $50 gift card for
that is
Barrel House.
That is big. That is very
So
big.
that's
very
big.
surprising.
That's incredible.
So
Thanks,
yeah.
Steve. That's
So
unbelievable.
That's way
We should be buying you gift certificates.
extremely generous, and I had strong words for him.
Yeah,
that
really,
day via
really
text.
generous.
We don't need to relive that, but he left that here.
Unbelievable.
So ideally, you started with we go there together.
Yeah. That was his wish. He said, however you guys
definitely.
So he goes, then you guys can pick out beer and do it on the podcast or whatever. Because I don't know if you guys are very familiar. They have an amazing selection there, both packaged and draft beers. It's a small area, but they make amazing use of it. Sarah and the gang are very social media savvy. They're on there all the time. They're always posting stuff.
Oh, so we're going to cross streams.
Yeah. Are they familiar with the Brew Crew podcast?
Yeah.
Probably not the Brew Crew. I gave up posting on there because we started getting some lashback on, posting the podcast on there. But we could definitely mention it when we're there. But anyway, so that's something we've got to figure out. And so that was the big piece of news, if
that's
I will.
Huge.
So he took the fridge and the cans of beer and he left that. So that
unbelievable.
That was really
way
cool.
Unbelievable.
Way extremely generous, Stev. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you
from all of us. And again, you got to see the real reaction. Or hopefully, when you listen to episode 118, you get to see the real reaction. So I don't want to understate how cool that was.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Extraordinarily generous. Yeah, Stev. And I echo the sentiment that we should be the one giving you beer, and now I'm glad that I also gave you beer on top of the fridge. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the second thing, this is the really cool piece of. So if you guys I know you guys are investment savvy. Are you guys ready to invest?
Yeah, always.
So McLeod Ale Brewing. Have you heard of McLeod Ale Brewing?
No.
They are offering a lifetime of beer for $2,500.
Oh, really?
They're located in Van Nuys, California. And they're pretty highly rated. They're young. So they're looking for individuals to join their founders club.
Yeah. Oh,
but they've been brewing. So it's not, they're not just.
So you don't get equity. You get beer for life.
You get beer for life.
They take your money.
These are the questions I was hoping to get.
They put it
They're
into
McLeod's.
Yeah.
So are they immortal? Do you have to be immortal to join them?
I
think Highlanders?
Like Clan McLeod?
Yeah.
It is spelled in the Scottish way, too, the traditional with the
I'm not
LE.
immortal, I don't think.
Oh,
I've never
I am.
been murdered.
Yeah, I have been several times.
Oh, well,
but I always come out on top.
That's awesome. So you can definitely be in this.
Several times.
I don't know about this.
Funny enough, someone at my work today it was of course a young airman who is an expert on everything. Said there was discussing with other airmen about having been dead before. He died for 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was drowned or something.
I thought he was one of these individuals that has had like 9 lifetimes.
Oh no! I don't think he's like one of those. But nope. Just talk to
reincarnation.
Talk loudly.
Yeah, infinite.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I think there. Yeah. No, he wasn't talking about that. Like a religious aspect to this. No, it was just like
talking about in this lifetime he's died,
and he was resuscitated after several minutes.
Yeah.
Legally dead.
Yeah.
And then was talking about just not seeing anything.
So he doesn't have to pay taxes anymore.
Any drain damage?
Right.
Because
it seemed like it.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm not judging, but
no, you're not judging, but I mean,
he is where he is, so he succeeded, right? I mean, you have to be at some higher level
mental
of
capacity.
Yeah.
The rest of the crowd to work where we work.
Yeah. Even the people wiping door handles now. So, do you have any other questions about this?
Yeah, a lot. Yeah. We
want to know about the equity.
We went down a rabbit hole.
So no equity.
No equity.
But you get beer for life.
Beer for life.
And how does that work?
Yeah, how do you get this bear? That's my biggest concern.
Let's talk about
obviously the Brew Crew Podcast doesn't come from Van Nuys, California.
Correct. And there is the vig. You have to buy
in person.
Well, not buy because you have to get it there and drink it on the premises. So no growlers.
I'm out.
Yep, I'm out. Sorry, McLeod.
So that and the other unique thing about McLeod, it's all hand pumped.
It's all hand pumped.
Oh, so they use hands.
They use hands. Yeah, so it's not a tap system.
They're pumping it.
They're pumping it. Wow. Think of like an old-fashioned well. So not the most expeditious way to get your beer. So anyways, this is the question I posed to you guys.
Isn't Van Nuys where they film like Wheel of Fortune?
Yeah, it's definitely it's in like the it's in the greater Los Angeles area. So now technically if you bought into this, they're in Los Angeles County, so they're completely shut down. So you wouldn't be able to redeem and get your money back for. So here's my question for you guys. Let's go with your guys' haunts. I'm going to say D20 and I'm going to say Branch and Bone. If D20 offered this, Yes or no?
Yes.
If Branch and Bone offer this, you have to consume it on the premises. So, like, if they do a special, like Magus or something, I have a couple of Magus bottles.
I'd be more inclined to go with D20, not because I don't think Branch and Bone's going to succeed, but I think that they're going to succeed so exponentially that any smart investor would want equity over free beer in that business. I think D20 will succeed as well.
Yeah.
But man, would that bring me there more if I had free beer?
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, I can go into D20 and easily drop, $50 on a tab here and there because there's a handful of regulars that I have beers with, and more often than not, I'll leave there without any tab because the others will get it, and then vice versa. It's like I try to beat them to the punch. If I know Steve's coming in, I'm like, hey, Chris, all Steve's beer on me today.
Yeah.
I won, so then I get the big tab. So if you can, if you basically just have no tab because you've paid $2,500 outright, I know that I will exceed that and get my money's worth out of it. And it's not even about getting your money's worth. It's more about supporting a local business that you really cherish.
100%.
So that's more of where it's at. It's not necessarily from a monetary standpoint. I mean, if I loved Van Nuys and if I loved McLeod Brewing, then I would be in, even if I lived here in Ohio. But I don't know them from Adam, so.
Yeah. So, I silent investor or in 5th Street. So for $100, granted, it's not free beer, but it's discounted. You earn points, and the points can be transferred in. But I haven't been there at all since COVID started.
Yeah.
Well. So it's just a weird year. Now, for me, King's Table being my local haunt, in a heartbeat, I'm giving them $2,500.
Sure.
But I think both of those, I would also for both of those. But those are more service based. I think Branch and Bone maybe was just the wrong example. Because I think like D20 and King's Table, I would do that.
So yeah, they're not brewing it there. Yeah.
I don't particularly care for sitting in the big crowds at Branch and Bone when it's not COVID. Yeah. I like to get their beer and drink it later. But D20 and King's Table, I like to go to those places and sit there for a while. So yeah, if it was those places, I would also invest that money. And I would have a haunt. I would go there all the time. It would be awesome.
Yeah. Now, pre-kids, we went to, because they track how many dollars you spend, pre-kids, when we were going to 5th Street Brew Pub all the time, I mean, we exceeded that $2,500.
I would do that for Fifth Third as well. I think that would be worthwhile.
The ballpark?
The ballpark.
I mean,
because it's an experience. It would bring me there.
It's the scenarios that
I don't care about going to Branch and Bone. I care about their beer. I do care about going to D20 and King's Table. I like those places.
Yeah.
I like Fifth Third Field. If they had something where you give them a couple thousand for the team,
all the Gamma Bomb,
and then you get whatever. Oh, I was gonna bring this up.
Well, you can buy box seats. That's what a box seat is.
That's true. That's true. Good point. All the games you want.
Yeah.
Man, good point. I guess you could do that.
Yeah. Feel free. They would love to sell more of those.
They call constantly because I at one time inquired.
Oh, okay.
Don't inquire. Really? Don't inquire. Well, yeah, I was like, oh, how much do you think season tickets cost for a family of 4?
Yeah.
My wife's like, all right, let's find out. Yeah, don't do that unless you plan on it.
Aaron and Karina are still season ticket holders, but
it's really reasonable.
My company did the box for 2 years.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. And believe it or not, I don't work with a lot of baseball fans, so those tickets were always available. And then you always go have a subpar nacho bar, but it was just carbs to soak up the whatever you were drinking. Yeah. So you're like, I don't care.
Yeah. They got promoted too. They're high A now.
High A, yep. So I was good at that. That's something else we can talk off. 160 teams to 120. But
more competitive baseball too.
Right.
Yeah. Off the pod, remind me to revisit this.
All right, we'll revisit this later.
Post pod.
But so I was gonna bring this Gamma Bomb, this war pudding thing up. I'm sincerely trying my best to like war pudding, and I just can't do it. That blueberry beer was fucking terrible. It was garbage. I bought a 6-pack and now I won't drink any more of them. And I'm trying.
Save it.
I'm gonna.
There's a place for those beers.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah.
Because one man's trash.
Is it the water? Like I just genuinely can't figure out why I don't like any of their beers. Because I am trying. I'm trying them all, and I'm giving them a fair shot. I'm not going into it with bias or anything. And I was really excited about this blueberry because the creamsicle was so good. That was the first beer from them that I really liked.
Yeah.
But the Ermels...
Also, then that destroys your water theory. Because there is a beer that
There's a beer I like, yeah. That's a good point. So, I don't know. What is it? What is it about their beer that's just... There's something different about it.
I mean, there's other places in Dayton that for the longest time, the knock on them was they use the same strain of yeast or the same hop profile or whatever in every one of their beers. It didn't matter the style. They've since grown a little bit. But with Warped Wing, there's so much of a diversification across their portfolio, if you will, where this other place, it wasn't that case for the longest time.
And there's a
like,
lot
I
of
avoid those
big-time
beers.
Fanatics. You know, Warped Wing has a good following.
Amazing following.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I just don't get it. We've had hundreds of beers now together, and that doesn't include all the hundreds of beers we've had on our own. And there's just something about Warped Wing beer that's just not right.
I've had that. There was one IPA that I enjoyed. It was on draft, but I can't tell you the name of it.
Yeah.
I had it, I think, maybe it was at D20 or maybe it was just at a restaurant that had it on tap. And I had one or two of them, and I was like, this is really not bad. This is pretty good. And but then I never followed up. I was like, I'm going to go get it again and make sure. And if I saw it, I wouldn't even know if that was the right one or not.
Yeah.
It's just, it didn't stick in my mind
to
be that memorable. It
Many times
it was just a good beer.
Yeah. All right. Is that all the beer news you had?
That's
settled it.
Cool and big.
You got anything?
I got nothing. I got some jerky.
All right. Well, I had the only beer news I have two, but one we'll save, and then the other one was the cities thing again. It's really starting. People are really excited. Wisconsin had 3 cities. There's been a lot of Wisconsin articles I've seen. Ohio has Cincinnati and Dayton, and I believe Cleveland is on the list.
How Columbus didn't make it is beyond me.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to look at the list and see if they even did.
Well, you broke down how it was scored.
Yeah, there's like 6 metrics. It's a weighted thing, which I actually find to be a refreshing approach.
Yeah.
To grading these places.
Roll this.
You got to roll this beer. So this is Sonder's. This beer is named after the Polka Band from the 1990s Christmas movie.
I saw this and almost bought it.
I also saw this and almost bought it twice, actually.
Wow.
And this is from Dr.
I have never seen this, and I've never almost bought this.
This is his first submission.
Has he ever submitted a beer to the podcast?
I've given that dude so many beers, and this is the first one he's done.
But this is his. He now sponsors the Can Out Brewer segment.
He submitted the little.
He's told us to go buy beer.
The little Tapley thing.
Yeah, that's right. He did, and he supplied us with a venue
for
a whole episode. So Dr. was someone I tried to get on the episode. It just didn't work out. Did
he just deuces?
I don't know.
Oh,
I kept inviting it. It was doing the same thing that I was doing to you guys.
No, I'm saying he wasn't there for like the 2 hours that we were
he
out.
was. Nah, he left. He wound up.
He was smart.
He went and watched Disney Plus. That's his thing. He likes Disney Plus. Okay, I think that I rolled this enough.
Yep.
Let's crack this open and we'll talk about it a little bit.
Cool.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. So this is a Christmas ale that isn't a Christmas ale.
Right.
It's different. It's an apple streusel ale. I thought
Streusel.
I was going to say strudel. And then I looked quick and was like, left turn. Streusel. It's an ale brewed with apples and cinnamon. There's flavor in this beer.
There's flavor in it.
All right. So Dr. likes this
beer. It's going to go well
beer.
with beef jerky.
This is from Sonder Brewing, which is made in Mason, Ohio. You ever been to Mason?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I have. Maybe for a baseball tournament.
The casino is there. I think technically the
I have been to Mason.
That's
like
the flea markets.
Yeah, okay.
Are technically.
I believe we had either a football game or a baseball tournament.
Touchdown Jesus lives there.
Okay, Touchdown Jesus. Well, he's changed now.
Huggy Jesus.
Yeah. Just drove by him Saturday.
Touchdown Jesus burned down.
Yeah, struck by lightning.
So this beer is an ale. It's 7.5%, 12 ounces, and it's named, after Home Alone, John Candy Band. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to stop. You guys do your thing.
You know how much John Candy got paid for that?
$0.
No, it was like $700.
Oh, the minimum.
Yeah.
That they allow, because you can't do gifts.
There's a documentary on making that movie on Netflix.
He was really mad.
He was mad about it?
No, I thought he negotiated with John Hughes.
Yeah, I thought it was a hookup.
I read recently that he's very upset about how he got paid like that bare minimum.
Oh, no shit.
I thought he did it.
He did no lines.
I think
all improv.
I think
it was all improv. That's my John Candy fact from it was 1 day of John Candy.
Yeah.
He only worked 1 day.
Maybe he's mad because he got that payment and that payment only, and then everyone else gets all these additional revenue streams.
Oh, yeah, because that movie
and he has zero royalties.
Yeah.
30th anniversary.
Yeah, that movie.
And it just gets played and played and played. Beyond. So there's so many royalties.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about it. We all agree it's a top 3 Christmas movie.
Yeah, top 3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The other one was Daniel Stern was casted for the part, but went into another movie, and that other movie delayed. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been Daniel Stern as a part of the Wet Bandits.
Yeah.
The trivia on IMDb for this movie is classic.
Have you watched the Netflix How This Is Made? It's awesome. It's awesome. They talk all about like how did you get Joe Pesci? The Goodfellas had come out recently.
Yeah.
And like this dude's like on top. Right, on top. And they're going to get Joe Pesci to play this ridiculous criminal.
Mm-hmm.
And he did it. He fucking did it.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Pesci did a Snickers commercial not too long ago either, you know?
Yeah.
Did he? Oh, yeah.
Do you think for him, like the same with like Robert De Niro and stuff, that now it's just paydays? Like, I'll do it.
I think Robert De Niro way more than Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
I think he did like some real stupid shitty movies.
It's not like Nick Cage where Nick Cage is looking to pay the tax man back.
Yeah, right.
I think it's that they have nothing left to prove, so they just do what they want.
That's probably true too. Yeah.
What are they?
Right of refusal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, guys, kick it off. Let's do some beer reviews.
All right, I'll start. So I'm enjoying this beer with beef jerky because this is extremely sweet.
Yeah, let me try this beef jerky.
And the savoriness of beef jerky really helps offset this because this is a lot for me to deal with, honestly. I don't have a huge sweet tooth. Every once in a while I get one and I really enjoy it, but gosh, this is just really sweet. This is golden delicious apple, cinnamon, and brown sugar glaze. Gosh, that's just a lot of sugary stuff. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm going to need one more sip to really kind of nail this down. Man.
I think their description covers it. It's just some stuff needs exclamation points.
That's a great way to put it. Yes. Yeah.
With this
and
this.
Yeah. It's just really heavy-handed on the sugar. To me, it's got a real syrupy quality to it. It's very syrupy, which is kind of difficult. You know, no one goes into breakfast thinking they're going to actually consume 12 ounces of syrup. You know, you put a little bit on, right? You don't put 12 ounces on. So drinking a 12-ounce can of syrup is a tall order. That's why you have bacon with pancakes, because it's the savory with the sweet. Jerky with this. Do you want some jerky?
No, I'm good. I've got a lot of jerky in my future.
All right, yeah, I know you do. So this is a 3.0. It's not bad. It's just absolutely one noted of syrup. It's an appley syrup. There's cinnamon in there, I guess. Brown sugar, okay. But man, it's just heavy on the syrup. That's all I have.
I don't have too much to add. Off the top rope, I just want to accentuate Chris's flabbergastedness, because that's what this... I get the glaze. The glaze is the word on the can that I would underline. This beer is a glaze. It's really unique in that respect, where I haven't had a beer where I'm like, this is... if you could solidify this and put it on a donut or something like that, it would just make so much sense, because that's that profile. It's just... loving the powdered sugar, not granulated sugar, because it's just it's a home run and absolutely what it's going to do. If you could have more than one of these, you're a superhero in my book. Off the top rope, this is a 3.75 because it's an absolute home run. And I'm glad I didn't buy the 6-pack, because this Could you imagine like running into one of these after just drinking some raw malted beer or something like that?
Oh my gosh.
So Dr. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a conversation for sure, but yeah, it's a glazed beer. I would say it's a glazed beer with those.
Did he give you guys any feedback on this beer? Because I know that he had it.
He loves it.
I know that he had it. He told me
he
that
did say that it was very sweet at the bottom, and that's why he wanted us to roll it. That was the most feedback he gave.
Oh, well, I
it's
couldn't
sweet
even imagine.
all over.
Oh, so you're drinking it. It's like, had we not rolled it, this is just like a yellow ale, and
give
then
it
you
a
get
nice
tar.
Damn.
Yeah. All right. Let me zoom past this camera real quick.
Man, this is...
I'll go slow. Let me start right there.
So we've done Sonder before on the podcast a couple of times. I know in the 70s, but we have. So that's why we're just skipping over the Sonder story. But they've got a real niche to what they do and a really cool story. So if you want to go check them out,
they also have a podcast which we haven't been asked to be on as guests yet.
It's coming.
But we also haven't asked them. So
after they see
ipso facto.
This last Saturday, we'll be on.
Yeah, after they see that masterpiece, yeah.
We'll host.
So this is the Can Art Boner segment, now brought to you by Dr. Dr. For all your prostate needs.
Thank you, Dr.
He'll take care of it. So the can art is pretty simple. They have the buffalo check pattern at the bottom, and then they have this hat. I'm not sure what kind of hat this is called, like if there's a name for it, maybe some sort of, it's, winter cap, but
Uncle
maybe it has like a name.
Uncle Buck?
Like a pilot's hat.
Uncle from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Randy Quaid?
Randy Quaid, yeah.
Yeah, that guy's psycho now, but the uncle...
It's not uncle, it's cousin...
Cousin Eddie. Cousin Eddie hat.
Yeah,
that's what
that's the hat. So it's got also with the buffalo check pattern. I'm not 100% sure that anyone in Home Alone wore that hat. Or that pattern, that red and black pattern.
Oh, I thought John Candy had the hat on.
Did he?
No. Maybe an Uncle Buck because he was
wearing
the Polka Band yellow jacket.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're correct.
The Polka Band, Polka Me Tender, whatever he says, all those different polka things, all made up on the spot.
The best part is
brilliant stuff.
Yeah, they're headed to Sheboygan.
They're heading to Sheboygan.
Yeah.
Sheboygan's awesome.
Gonna drop her off in Chicago. That house was 2 towns away from the house that you visited when you came to Illinois, when I lived there.
Oh, it was in the
very
northern
close,
burbs?
very close. Yeah, northern, yeah. It's by Northwestern.
So that was really filmed in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
They actually filmed the whole movie inside of a school gymnasium in Illinois.
Awesome.
But that house, the outside and stuff was filmed.
Yeah, all the outside shots.
Yeah. So, Polka Band. So this beer is named after the Polka Band from the 90s. So what was the name of that Polka Band?
Blank Blank and the...
Yeah. So this isn't. It's named... It's not. So are we supposed to just say the name of this beer is blank blank and the, whatever polka?
I look at this can and I understand the Polka Band from... I look at it and with the hat, I think more of the Christmas Story. To me,
yeah,
I know it's not a 90s.
The only real Home Alone thing about this is the E in movie.
Yeah,
that's it.
Good call.
It's angled. Other than that, there's not a lot of Home Alone. I don't really see how apple streusel is even a Home Alone thing. Now, there's a couple things in Home Alone food-wise that you would maybe associate. He does eat a pile of ice cream while watching that fake old movie, and then he orders pizza several times.
He orders...
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Yep. And the family orders a ton of pizza before they leave.
And buzzed it all.
Yep.
The Kenosha Kickers.
Fucking buzz.
Gus Polinski and the Kenosha Kickers.
Polinski, I love it. That's totally a polka name. There's a really good Polish smorgasbord.
Smorgasbord?
Been to one of those before?
Yes.
They're fucking awesome.
I've never been to one.
There's a really good one in Broadview in Illinois. It's called Warsaw, Old Warsaw. I hope it's still there because that place was really, really good.
Have you been to the German place? Because it's not too dissimilar in Columbus, in Germantown.
No, I've never been. I've seen.
You know what I'm talking about?
I've seen it on Triple D. Yeah.
Oh, it's
been on numerous. It's been on numerous TV shows. Yeah.
All you can eat German buffet.
Oh, it's a German house. Yeah.
No shit.
It looks amazing. I want to go there.
$15. Best $15.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But there's that reminds me of that old Warsaw place, that name. A lot of big Polish community in Chicago. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I don't even.
You smiled when you said that. Fond memories.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Fond memories.
Just
my
involuntary
family, my
smile.
mom's side has a bunch of Polish, relatives. The apple streusel. What even is apple streusel, and how is it different from cobbler?
So streusel is a flat encased pastry.
Yeah.
Where it's latticed over the top typically, or it's you can hatch it, but it's
this
a
isn't
flatter,
that.
unleavened.
Okay, I get maybe the glaze where they're saying that. I don't.
And then
get
it's
that
glazed
apple
on
streusel
top.
thing. I would need to be more bready for that. It's the first sip is really good. It's way too sweet, way too sugary, way too syrupy.
And that's coming from the sweet tooth.
Syrup was the word. That was the one that I was thinking. It's like thick in a way that's like not appealing.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll finish. It's not even a one-off. It's like a half-off. I don't think I'll finish it. It's too much.
I'm pounding hard to just get it over with.
I was super thirsty.
But it's not bad. It's not like the worst beer I've had.
It's just not for
you. And it's not bad. It's just not not something I want a lot of. More than 6 to 10 ounces of. And this is just 12, so it's too many.
Right.
But the can art is just, there's just not much there. Not much that reminds me of Home Alone. I wish that made more sense. I feel like the name, it kind of is a home run because we've seen it and we remember seeing it and we almost bought it, but we didn't. So
definitely a nostalgia boner. For
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Clever. It's a clever name.
Attach yourself
to specifically go after the Polka Band and not like anything else in that movie. Boy, I'm at 3.0. It's good, but not great. And it's just too much. Too much.
I agree. I appreciate the submission.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Thank
Absolutely.
you, Doctor. The submission's great. I think it's
and he
just
probably
too sweet.
knows.
It's too sweet.
He probably knows what's up.
He knows what's up. But he likes red ales.
Yeah, I could probably go. He probably gave it. I'm gonna check what Dr.
All right. I'm probably not going to finish that. If you guys want it, you can have it.
Nope. I'm going to finish mine.
It's too much.
Eat this jerky.
With this one, this might be too much to finish for me as well.
Uh-oh. Oh, our
It's a big one. I purposely looked and sought out our Shea. He's been getting a lot of attention on Dayton Beer Geeks. He's doing a lot. And I know it's
He's
a brewery now, but it is kind of a guy.
Yeah.
He might have a team behind him. He might have a team behind him, but it's really, we register as one guy.
He's like a beautiful mind.
So, Dr. gave it a 3.5.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So this
score.
is the what have friends given it? Super sweet with a strange finish. 100%. Love the name. Rest in peace, John Candy. Stev. What did Stev give it?
Stev gave it a 4.25.
I think Steve rates high. I'm going to say 4.5.
Yeah, Stev gave it a 4.75.
Whoa.
Love Sonder.
Holy
Love the
shit.
beer. Love my nipple rings. Love the new Ohio
he was
pint
in the
day
zone
glass.
at that time. If he's loving his nipple rings.
Tolerate Ohio
zone.
as a state.
Tolerate.
Yep. And that was October 28th. So, Sonder Brewing toasted that. I don't know why you needed to add that about your nipple rings in there, Steph. That's a little awkward, but
Hey,
you do you.
you're in the zone. Stay in the zone.
Yeah. Stay in your zone.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have previously had our Shea. I forget what beer it was, but I know we all loved it. We wanted to maybe go up to Toledo and talk to this guy.
Oh, this is that. He has a great social media presence.
He's on social media. He liked our last episode. Liked on Facebook and stuff. I don't know if he listened to it, but
He is, yeah.
he's active and he's very
Aware.
He's innovative.
Yeah.
In a way that I actually can mean that word, because all the flavors of beer that he puts out, there might be a couple standards, maybe two, but all the other beers that I saw of his at Arrow were all just something that you can't find. This one is a imperial stout aged on eggnog brulee coffee beans. So I haven't seen another eggnog beer. I know that there have been some in the past. I think we had one in the beer club maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But this is, I'd rather take the risk on an eggnog beer with our Shea than many other breweries.
That's a good point.
I think.
He's
so
a
I
scientist.
want to take this risk.
Remember, he's a
yeah,
scientist.
that's right. He's a scientist. That's right.
He doesn't toot his own horn.
Yeah, I
Except
forgot
when
about
he
that.
toots his own horn.
So I can do some research while you guys dive into this, but I do remember that now. He's a scientist. He's doing things like
There's
microphysiology,
Microphysiology,
flavor,
where you shrink humans.
gastronomy.
There's some sort of organic
shrink humans.
adhesive on my can. So
Yeah, these are
They're
sticky. I'm not sure
sticky.
why. 3, 2, 1. So this is a rather bigger beer. It's 9 point something. Let me find it. 9.25.
So first, I haven't even had a sip yet. I'm still
Probably
just very
should've rolled it.
confused. I'm very confused on. It's aged on
Aged on.
eggnog brulee coffee beans.
Eggnog brulee coffee beans.
So did he take the cans and set them on these eggnog brulee coffee beans?
horizontal though, because then you have more surface area on the coffee beans.
Good point. What are eggnog brulee coffee beans?
That's a question for the Sues.
I don't understand.
Here's what I think.
I'm making my own
You
eggnog
take the-
for the first time Friday.
Coffee beans.
Yep.
Put them into eggnog. Liquid eggnog. Put it into a brulee cup thing and burn it. Burn the shit out of it.
Gotta burn it. Gotta burn sugar.
Cook the beans in the eggnog. There you go.
Yeah,
There it is.
That's science.
I've been craving eggnog for the first time in my life, so I'm making my own eggnog. I'm gonna try to perfect it before Christmas.
Tell us what's in the eggnog.
Eggs, whole cream or whipping cream, milk, cinnamon, whatever spice profile that you want in it. I'm going to be heavy on probably a dash of cardamom, nutmeg, and cinnamon. And then you have to temper the eggs, so it's not all just whip it in the same thing. So it's there's a process, there's an order to it. I've never done it before, but how I do my recipes, how this mad scientist works is I just look at recipes and then I do my own adaptive thing. The problem is if I do home runs, I never write shit down. And then it's like, oh, you should have wrote that down. And
That's the way it goes. How are you gonna spike it? Where are you gonna spike it?
Oh, bourbon. Bourbon, yeah.
A particular one? Do you have something in mind that you've like?
Nah, whatever
that you
I've
think
got.
is gonna go well with it? Or are you gonna
Nope.
experiment? Drink per drink.
Yeah, drink for drink.
There you go.
I could let you guys know.
Let us know.
I'm still
Curious.
super pissed at my texting when I try to text you guys because they come in like 4 hours after the moment is faded. But anyways, I can go first on this one, Cobra, and let you consume the meat if that's okay.
I'm consuming meat.
So our Shea's Twitchy Imperial Stout aged on eggnog brulee coffee beans. So sorry, Stacy. I want to say. Before I get into it, I think JT created a great flavor profile, way different between the two. So there's no maybe there's a sweetness, but you have a ale, and then you're going to an imperial stout, so there's a huge separation there. That said, off the top rope with this beer, there's not a lot that harkens it to, so it hides the booze very well. You can tell it's a stout both on the drier finish, because now I'm already having to drink a little bit. The creativity to think eggnog and coffee beans, that's why Cobra was loading me up with that question, like, how am I going to spike the eggnog? By no means did I think, and I'm going to put words in his mouth, I'm going to spike it with Folgers or something like that. So this is a unique, like apple streusel is a something that most people are familiar with, a dessert that, but like eggnog and coffee beans, that just shows you the creativity and the innovation that our Shea has. So anyways, okay, back to it. Off the top rope, gosh, this has got a wide variance for me where it could go either way. Off the top rope, a solid 4. I like the creativity of it. I just wish it had higher notes. I don't like to, especially this, because this guy's an artist. Maybe vanilla or something. I don't. Did I say vanilla? Vanilla.
I don't know what you said.
No, you said vanilla.
You said
Okay.
vanilla, yeah.
God, it's good. I think maybe as it comes to temp, it will warm up to me a little bit, but I'm at a solid 4. I would like to have more of these, and this is definitely a conversation. So, JT, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Now, keep in mind, our Shea, and this isn't a shameless plug or anything, is not your typical $9.99 beer. So, if you're going to get our Shea, expect to pay a little more.
And you're paying for the creativity.
But yeah,
and the
you're paying for good beer. Anyway, go ahead.
He was heavy-handed on the coffee. On this one.
And you're a coffee. Coffee's lost on me compared to you guys. So,
if you're gonna say it's eggnog with brulee and coffee beans, then I want the eggnog and brulee, and I get stout. I get a coffee stout. It's good, but truth in advertising, I want, if it's eggnog, then I expect it to be very, very creamy. So I would almost expect it to be nitroed. I would expect like a nitro in here.
That'd be pretty good.
To give it a creamier element where you would maybe go, oh, that creaminess is the eggnog. Give me that.
We haven't uttered nitro in a long time.
Brulee, brulee is also a creamy dessert with the burnt sugar on top, right? It should be a very creamy dessert that's a little bit sweet. I think he just missed the mark on. He missed the mark on the actual beer versus the description of it because he was too heavy on the coffee. So it's just a coffee stout. There's nothing wrong with a coffee stout. It's delicious.
His Twitchy is a line of coffee beers that he does. So he's got Twitchy Bitch on Ethiopian coffee, Twitchy on pumpkin pie, spiced coffee beans, and habanero, Twitchy Bitch, Jamaican Me Crazy. Like, he's got, and the names are fucking fantastic.
So it is coffee beans.
Yep.
Not eggnog, not creme brulee. It's eggnog, creme brulee, coffee beans.
So I've had creme brulee coffee before, where it's it's coffee beans that have been soaked and roasted in some sort of a flavoring.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I don't mind those coffee beans or coffee flavors at all, but I think it's just you just don't get any of the eggnog or brulee in this. That's all.
Oh wow.
It's just confusing. Even the color of it looks like coffee. It doesn't look creamy at all, which you wouldn't expect it to be creamy if it's just the coffee beans like you mentioned. But throw the little nitro thing in there. Nitro this like Guinness does.
That would make it.
Guinness puts those little individual nitro containers that when you pop it immediately activates the nitro, and it continues to carbonate it with the nitro. It makes the Guinness creamy. That way they can export it and it's not flat. If they put that in there, this would be a 5.
Sorry, Stacy.
That would take it to a 5.
All right.
I'm with Matt at a solid 4. It's a good coffee stout. I love that it's imperial. I love that it's 9.5%. I love that it's in a 16-ounce can. All of those are great things that amp this beer up, but it's just a coffee stout.
I'm glad I went before you because now I just taste coffee. Like, I had that impression on me.
It's just coffee. I mean,
where before I didn't,
I'm in a completely different direction than you guys. I can 100% taste the eggnog. I don't know how you can't, because it's exactly what eggnog tastes like. As far as coffee stouts go, this is the best coffee stout I've ever had. It might be up there with one of the best stouts, period, I've had. And again, I haven't had like a million stouts. I'm not like the stout guy. But, man, it's fucking good. I think a nitro would make this like a 5.5. Because this is already a 5. This is a fucking good beer.
Wow.
Holy macaroni.
It's good. I don't know how you guys don't taste the eggnog.
I don't taste the eggnog.
Maybe swirl it around or something. It's.
I rolled it.
It's there.
I rolled it pre-crack.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I feel remorse.
Why?
For the fact that you can't taste the delicious eggnog that I taste. If this was a Christmas beer, if this was the Christmas beer, like everyone was making eggnog beers, man, that would be way better. Why don't
they make other people? Beers?
I don't know, but this is one of them.
I like eggnog. Eggnog to me is great.
I like eggnog. I love it.
I enjoy it.
My kids love it.
I enjoy it regular, like straight out of the carton. If you just buy the store-bought stuff. I also enjoy fucking Evan Williams eggnog.
Yeah.
so be it.
Really?
Good. Yeah, absolutely.
Is it good? I haven't purchased it. Is it a good purchase because it comes in the green label, right?
The green label. Yeah.
Interesting.
I enjoy it.
Interesting.
Evan Williams.
Because like I said, that's why I'm making my own this Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I don't see a problem with Evan Williams eggnog. It's all good.
It's all good.
I haven't had a bad eggnog.
It's not all gravy.
I haven't had like an
eggnog.
expired one. But
yeah, I've never drank expired
eggnog, but I've had non-expired eggnog, and I haven't disliked any of them.
I guess you would if it was unintentional.
Yeah, on
you
accident.
Wouldn't intentionally drink.
I think my kids have been really into Malcolm in the Middle lately. And there's an episode where they challenge each other to drink expired things in the fridge, because they're like a poor middle class, like lower middle class family.
Yes.
And they have a lot of expired foods, and the kids challenge themselves. And one of them is like a eggnog from several Christmases ago.
Wow.
Yeah. And they drink it
like a cheese.
It'd be like egg cheese. But I think it's a 5. It's perfect. I love it. Period.
This is the least you've had to say about a 5.
Yeah, it's great.
You're more flabbergasted that we didn't than you're happy with that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm upset that you guys didn't get the flavors I get. I wish you did. I think it would
give me your tongue. Let's switch.
I wish we did too.
Yeah, I wish you did. I never did the counter segment.
I was wondering.
Leafs and an eye. It's called Twitchy. I'm not sure.
I love that's a line that you do, Arsh. I'm
not sure how the art matches the name, but it's fine art. Well, it's not fine art.
Fine art.
It's the art is fine.
I like it because if you're twitchy on coffee beans and awake and caffeine and stuff like that, like
the eye, it kind of feels like
or the all-seeing eye, the Illuminati.
My concern is with this fellow, Shea, is that he probably does drink a lot of coffee. And he probably drinks a lot of beer, and I think that his palate is probably desensitized to how coffee tastes to a lot of other people that don't consume a lot of it. I would be willing to bet
maybe that's
he
part
consumes
of it, because I consume a lot of coffee.
And I consume a cup of coffee. That's it.
Okay.
One cup.
Maybe that's
I don't consume numerous cups. I consume one cup. So I consider this to be very heavy on the coffee flavor. But I could see if someone drinks coffee all day long and then maybe in the afternoon they switch to beer or whatever, and I'm not judging. That's great. Good for you. But I could see where that has affected his palate and his judgment of this Twitchy line. Because I'd be willing to bet that this entire Twitchy line that he makes, that you rattled off, are all just heavy-ass coffee stouts. Like, very...
Maybe.
Like, just
I taste,
punch you in the mouth coffee.
I'm interested in...
eggnog.
I'm interested in that line. Like, those names have me. Like, if I ever saw, like, the habanero one, I'm in. Like, the pumpkin pie one, I'm in.
Get it from Halls,
I bet they're seasonal, but yeah.
Why don't we take a trip up to Toledo and go to Shea and just have them... Or Akron. Have
a throwdown.
Not Toledo, Akron.
Go see the Zips?
Damn, my bad. I'm sorry, Shea, if you're listening. Akron. Not Toledo.
I would love to go visit Shea.
Let's do it. Maybe he's got some more beer. There's a ton of it. If you're looking for it and you're in the Dayton region, at the Arrow, I think they had 6 different kinds of Shea beer.
He is distributing well.
He's doing well, yeah.
Which means he's mass producing.
Mm-hmm.
I've bought so much beer lately. It's amazing. I love it.
I would suggest this more for out-of-staters, like in a Tavor type situation, because you may never see it again. It's awesome. He's doing good work.
doing big things.
Doing good things. Yeah, that's a 5. That's what I got.
That's awesome. Something we have to start thinking about too as we're approaching the end of the year, and I really want these next couple of weeks. Personally for me, I don't want to throw this on you guys because I have 2 weeks off. I want them to slow down and be able to really reflect on the things that are important, like friends and family, and the end of the year BCP awards. So we need to start thinking about that, because that was a hit last year in 2019. I'm sure it's going to be a hit this year.
Yeah.
So that's something, I want to plant the seed. I want to plant my seed in you guys.
Feel free.
Dramatic pause. And just think of our awards for this year. Like, beer of the year. And I can...
Beer of the year.
Yeah. What your beer... I mean, this could be in the running for you. We've had a couple of fives
At some point.
I don't know how many fives I've had
Someone's
this
going to
year.
put that on their label. Someone's going to put BCP Beer of the Year.
I maybe a little bit spoiler here. My beer of the year might be 2 levies again.
You can make it 2 levies the second time in a row.
Just reigning supreme forever.
Yeah, you didn't have that this year. Yeah, but it was 2020 is kind of a throwaway year.
It is really a throwaway year.
But unfortunately this year, because I keep looking and I say vanilla. My drink of the year, and I know we're a beer podcast. I'm on Jim Beam Vanilla, and I've imparted that on people.
Good for you.
So I get a bunch of texts like during the weekend, like Jim Beam Vanilla and diet.
I've talked about my whiskey and bourbon journey numerous times.
Yeah.
And the fact that I went across the spectrum and back, regardless of price and everything. And my end result after a year and a half of really diving into bourbon was I was right back at Jim Beam on the rocks.
Yep.
That's my jam.
It's your jam.
But you experienced, it's not like you just stayed at the second shelf down. I had all the military specials, Jim Beam, a little, JD number 7, and I worked my way back to Jim Beam.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't drink much this year. So I can't relate.
For beer?
Sorry, guys. Well, I drank on the podcast. I rarely drank outside of the podcast. Really. By alcohol, period.
Yeah.
Bourbon, whiskey.
I wanted to say something smart.
I had a bourbon that you got me for the Cubs Brewers thing.
Did you kill that bottle?
No, it's still there. Still have it. Yeah, I just don't drink that much.
You should finish it tonight.
All right, I'll finish it tonight. I'm gonna go home and chug it.
Just eat beef jerky and whiskey and call it a day.
Yeah, I think
just
I had 2 glasses of that, and it's still corked.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot of beer. I just don't drink that much.
I'm the same.
Inside of the podcast.
I'm the same.
Just doing other shit.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not like anything malicious. I want to.
I don't feel it.
I
didn't know that about you.
I want to have more situations. I just don't.
Like last night, I wanted, a real situation. Last night, I wanted a drink, and my in-laws were here for the last weekend. My youngest turned 2, and we had a great time, and. So a weekend of having imbibing and stuff, and I was sitting down in the chair, and I was like, cuddling with my oldest, who's going to be 5, and I go, I'm going to have a drink. But I was enjoying the moment that I didn't want to ruin the moment.
Yeah.
So then, so that,
So it passes by, yeah.
Yeah, so then
that happens,
urge.
That happens a lot, yeah.
And Stacey goes, I'll go get you something. And I go, no, I'm good in this moment. Mm-hmm. So I was drinking my sparkling water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like,
sparkling water.
The same...
Life more often.
Yeah, life gets in the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's more what it is. Life's getting in the way.
Or like Jeff Goldblum.
I don't need a drink.
Life finds a way.
I used to, in 2019, I would more often than not choose our going out place. Like maybe we go out once every 2 weeks or so, and I would choose it based on where I could find a beer that I've not had.
How'd that work for you at Outback? I know you didn't choose.
I did have a beer I never had.
Really?
Yeah, that Outback beer.
Yeah, their craft beer section that was 2.
Oh, it was awful. But their house beer, yeah, I had that.
Yeah.
And I hadn't had it, so that's fine.
A lot of places are making
that, and it's
beer.
unfortunate that was a place I went out to in 2020 because there's been very few. But I went to Carillon again, and their beer has improved so much.
Yeah,
2020 is just
like it's way better than it used to be.
We might just have like a reflection show where we might just. Not review and just reflect on 2020.
Yeah, because it's really not that hard to remember all the things you did because most of it was spent at home.
Yeah.
Or for you, you traveling on the same highway every day. But I spent a lot of days at home.
That's why I've always been a proponent of building your own castle. Build something where you want to be. Be where you want to be.
Yeah.
have a dream house, have, the farm and all these projects and everything. That way you don't have to go seek entertainment or distractions or anything like that. Oh. That's why we built the bar. We're like, we're going to have kids. We'll make this a destination. And, it's worked out, not just having, not to knock my parents or anything like that, but just, a bottle of vodka and Miller Lite. What happens when somebody comes over and they be able to, provide and to make it a destination. And it's tough in 2020 because you don't want all these people coming in your house. But
2020 is an outlier.
Booze doesn't go bad unless it's vermouth.
2020 is an outlier.
I just found out vermouth expires, so that blew my mind. But
I didn't know that. All right, gentlemen.
Hit us with it.
Best beers of the year. Per state. 3 per state. Come out. Let me see who published
It doesn't come out.
It doesn't come out. It's on Thrillist, which is a website. I'm not sure who did this survey.
I think it was our Shea.
It was beer writers.
Our Shea.
It was our Shea. So they're all coffee. How do we want to do this? Let's see.
Are we going through 3 beers for all 50 states?
No. We're not going to go through them. We can just. Why don't you?
How about Ohio? Why don't we start with Ohio?
Let's do notable states.
I wish there was a
no one cares about
F
Rhode
function.
Island.
Well,
that's still a state?
Yeah.
It is still a state, unfortunately. They should just absorb it into Delaware.
I thought it.
No, further south.
I thought it sank into the ocean or something.
Anywhere. It doesn't matter. They can absorb it anywhere.
Is it coastal? I don't even know where it is.
It is. At the end of Connecticut, Massachusetts, right there.
Let's start with California.
Okay.
Cali. That's what they call it out
It's
there.
not really a game, but why don't you guys talk about your California beer experiences? Go ahead.
Oh,
all right. Which beer do you? What?
I'm gonna guess. There's got to be something from Russian River on there.
Russian River, obviously. Pliny the Elder. It's number 3.
Yeah.
In the state of California.
Is there anything from Sierra Nevada?
Yeah, number 2. Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Bigfoot? Oh,
just Pale Ale.
Number 1. You're gonna love this, Matt, because you really love this beer. Firestone Walker Pivo Pills.
Yeah.
Pivo.
Firestone Walker. If you would have given me 5 guesses, would have been there.
Well, it's a.
So you have 1 northern and you have 2 southern California, so it's well represented.
By
the way,
Pivo, Sierra Nevada, then Russian River.
Have you guys had that Stone Cold Steve Austin?
I haven't, but it is that Arrow.
So I have it in the fridge. It's just an IPA. As a big fan of his, I
figured it's just normal.
It's just normal. It's not worth the price point.
All right. What's the next notable state you guys want to cover?
Ohio.
Utah?
No.
All right. I literally just passed it. Utah. Why don't you guess one brewery in Utah?
They have a brewery?
No.
They have a brewery in Utah?
We've done a Utah.
We have.
Because if you do Wyoming, is Melvin on there?
We've done this beer. We've done their top beer.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
We've actually, on the podcast, we've done it.
Oh, my God.
It was 12.1 stout.
A 12.1%
stout.
ABV stout?
The problem is when you go order that beer, you have to get it in 3 parts in Utah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, right.
For your 1 beer.
Epic.
Yeah.
Big Bad Baptist. We did that on the podcast.
Epic.
Early on. They make a lot of good cellar stuff. If you go to Halls, they've got a bunch of the Epic series at a cellar shelf.
So that's their number 1 beer, and then I don't know how to say it. UINTA, Inta.
You nailed it.
Baba Black Lager. I realize that you are a stickler on pronunciation, and I don't really do pronunciation well.
It's the only thing you don't do well.
It's true. It's the only thing.
We don't have to because we're American.
Yeah, I mean, I can't pronounce every word. I don't have a pronunciation memorization.
Epic made a it's a sour IPA. It's not tall grass.
So Illinois is egregious.
Is it whiskey underfoot?
You guys will not like the exclusions of Illinois on this list.
Oh, because they don't have any illuminated?
Exactly.
Yeah.
No illuminated. So what do you think? Name. You could name the brewers.
Goose Island.
Goose Island, number 1.
Yeah.
And it is the Bourbon County brand stout.
I would have went with their what's their green line? Because
green
the
line.
Is it just called the green line? Yeah.
And I've never ridden the green line. I don't even know anyone who's ridden the green line.
Maybe that's the
where does the green line even go?
Goose Island.
I guess.
No, because
No, Goose Island.
Goose Island's right downtown.
There's a Goose Island in Wrigleyville. That's the red line. I'm not sure where the other Goose Island is.
Is there a real island named Goose?
No.
What the fuck?
Where are the other two? Because
the other two are Pipeworks, and the beer is Ninja vs. Unicorn, which I think we've had.
Yeah, the first podcast, the first beer we had.
That was the first podcast? I thought it was Pipeworks.
That was my submission.
That was Ninja vs. Unicorn?
I believe so.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
One of the worst, the worst episode.
Microphone, terrible episode. Not as bad as the most recent live drink along, but close.
Gosh.
Microphone Brewing's Microphone Check 1-2. We've had Microphone, I believe.
I don't recall that. I've never.
We've had McKellar.
Yeah, we've had McKellar.
We've had Microphone too.
Actually, the guy who owns Microphone is a Milwaukee native. Cuts his teeth at area mainstays Pipeworks on 18th Street. I made this beer. All right. I'll give you one guess for Indiana.
Three Floyds?
Yep, Three Floyds. But the top beer...
Is Sun King on there?
Sun King? Yeah, Sun King.
I was going to try... I don't think it's going to be 450 because 450 is still too niche.
No, 450 is not on there. Upland.
Okay, yeah.
And their
Sun
top
King
beer
is
Paw
beloved.
Paw, which is a sour ale.
And we are so close, and you can't get Sun King around here.
Sun King's top beer was Velvet Frog, which is a bourbon barrel aged Belgian-Style quadruple. That's it, quadruple.
Yeah, it just has XXX on it in a jug.
And then Three Floyd's Marshmallow Hanji.
Haven't.
I don't think that's their top beer. Sorry.
Go to Iowa.
Michigan. What do you guys think?
God, I'm a big Bell's guy, so I'm gonna go
Bell's,
with Bell's.
That's it. Bell's top, number 1. Two-Hearted Ale. And then Dark Horse, and then Jolly Pumpkin. All right, Ohio.
Okay, so we've had Dark Horse.
Ohio, we're going to make you guess. Personally, I don't believe I've had any of the... Oh, no, I've had one of these beers.
So is Ohio tough because we're here and we're more...
Ohio's tough because...
I've never had a Sun King beer, but I knew Sun King.
Probably didn't drink all the beer in Ohio.
Ohio surprisingly has a shitload of breweries.
It does.
They're incredible.
And
many
a
breweries.
lot of them are... I mean, that's why Cincinnati landed number 1 in that.
I think that a lot of that was and you guys are the numbers guys. I think of that was affordability. So it was still $4 a pint.
Well, that was one variable. Affordability, breweries per 100,000 people.
It's breweries per 100,000 people, I think.
Beers per brewery was another variable.
Yeah, that's a lot too.
There's a lot. There's 6 variables, and they're all weighted differently. I think.
Were they weighted? So you don't think they were weighted equally?
I don't.
Because I think the $4 helped it a lot.
Probably.
There's a couple of states that were at $3 and $3.50.
Having cheap beer helps.
I think
having like 100 beers per brewery helped them. I think.
Yeah.
Instead of being like a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So guess. I just don't think we would even ever agree with what's on here. It's probably too hard.
Do we know these breweries?
Yeah, you should. But you're not going to agree with it.
Oh, okay. Fathead?
Nope.
Mad Tree?
Nope.
Oh, Great Lakes.
Yeah, Great Lakes.
Because
Great Lakes,
distribution.
Yeah.
Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
Which is a porter.
It's a good beer. They make good beers.
Is number 2.
They're kind of shelf turds for
it
me.
has
they're
12
always there.
World Beer Championships and 5 Great American Beer Festival.
Like if you're gonna drink a red ale, what's their red ale? Dr. Elm's probably screaming.
It's probably like Commander, some numbnuts or whatever. It's always some guy. Commandant.
I found a new website today too that has all those sweet calendar releases. It has it for every brewery that makes it.
Oh, cool.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, hey, our beers are available, and it had 400 of those. It was a great beer website. Okay,
2 more breweries.
So I got that one.
That was number 2. Who has the best beer in Ohio?
And it's not Rheingeist. That's because they're bearing the lead. What's that place out of Athens?
Nope.
No. It's not Jackie O's?
Jackie O's. Number 3, Bourbon Barrel, Black Maple.
Jackie O's Bourbon Barrel?
No. Number 3 in Ohio. According to
So
this
those
article.
those two aren't surprises. Like
So
if I
who's
just sit
number
and think
one?
about it.
So who's number one? And this one's a little surprised because, and I'll give you this hint. Even when we went there as a group, we didn't go there to this brewery.
Listerman's?
Nope.
Damn.
No. I'm talking Columbus now.
Yeah, so it's not Platform?
Brewdog?
Nope.
North High?
Nope. Columbus Brewing
Yeah.
Company Bodie. That's their top beer.
So that one I would have been stumped on. The other two make sense because they have this is all about reach.
It's all about it. It does seem to be a lot about reach because they haven't had Branch and Bone.
Hit me with South Carolina.
Well, I just passed Wisconsin. I want to do that before I lose it.
Fair enough.
All right, Matt. Wisconsin. You got three breweries. I told you one of them earlier.
New Glarus.
New Glarus is number 2. Belgian Red.
Again, not
the one you'd expect, right?
no.
All right, so that's number 2. And then you got 2 more, and I told you one of them earlier.
You told me one of them earlier.
Well, you said it, and I was like, that's on the list.
Ooh, nice.
Oh yeah, that's so a callback.
Call back.
That's called a reach around.
Wisconsin brewers. Some of them have this pretentious level need to not distribute outside of Wisconsin. Doesn't make sense, but I get it. Fine.
Because they are.
We're so small.
That's a knock on New Glarus. They don't need to.
It is a knock on New Glarus. It is
because they don't want to
get it out.
They don't want to sell their distribution rights. They self-distribute.
Okay. So self-distribute to Ohio.
No, because then you have to they have one facility where they produce it. So then you get, that's why I like Sierra Nevada.
Okay, so it's just I understand. It's a choice. It's an option that they've chosen.
Yeah.
And everyone acts like it's this exclusive shit.
Well,
but they've chosen not to distribute it.
They're also employee owned, so
that's awesome.
The employees maybe have voted against it.
I'm
not
good.
An employee or whatever.
I don't go to the store and get mad that New Glarus isn't there. I'd probably buy it once, like I did with Pseudo-Sue, and then be like, oh yeah, I forgot New Glarus was here in Ohio. So it's probably the right move.
You don't,
because now when I'm in Wisconsin, I'm like, oh, I should get New Glarus.
You don't seek out Toppling Goliath. I just bought a new Toppling Goliath.
I don't. I see Toppling Goliath. Boom. It's too easy to get. I need it to be harder to get for me to really want it.
So New Glarus is extremely hard
New Glarus continues to be a beer I will purchase.
It's elusive.
Yeah, it's I go to Wisconsin maybe once every 3 years.
I've never been there.
I usually go for cheese.
You go there to get cheese.
Occasionally. Not as often as I used to. When I lived in Illinois, it was only like an hour drive.
Makes sense.
And you're like, let's get some cheese. Let's get some cheese curds.
Get some fucking cheese.
Go to the Dells maybe for a couple
beer and
hours.
Meat.
It's Wisconsin and COVID now, but that's a different story.
We're actually downtrending now.
Oh no!
I just got the Snapchat from the
high.
hospital. No, we're trending downward though.
Oh, good.
So
I hope so.
So, anyways, back to your question.
What other 2 breweries?
Brewing Project.
Yep, Brewing Project Resist.
That's
number
my hometown.
Number 3.
God, they're Resist too. Oh.
Yeah, this article sucks.
No. I mean,
there's other one?
Better beers for that. And Mikey, remind me and Ryan too about Resist. We'll talk about that when you guys listen. It's gonna be something like disappointing, like Lakefront.
Nope, it's Funk Factory, Guizeria Frampars.
Guise Framboy.
Well,
Gueze.
But no. Gueze, no. It's Geuzeria, just as I said it. Guizeria.
Easy.
Frampars. Frampars. I know I'm not the pronunciation king on this podcast, but I did what do they call that?
Phonetically.
Phonetic pronunciation, and that's it. Okay, so that's Wisconsin.
We did Funktown.
Let's go to the Carolinas.
I'm just curious. I haven't been there in forever, so I don't know what breweries are doing down there. When I did live there, Greenville was revitalizing their downtown, and breweries did set up shop down there. So craft beer took off, in my opinion, very early. It was in the mid-'90s when craft brewing was still very much, punk rock and very new, to the scene. Mm-hmm. So they've been around, I think, for a long time in the craft brewing scene, but I can't tell you.
While I look for the Carolinas,
maybe they're not even
say
there.
that I did pass Georgia.
G-Town.
And my wife and I last
420?
night had a Sweetwater.
Yeah.
And boy, oh boy, it smelled the whole kitchen up. It was strong as fuck. Like, it was like...
What one did you have, though?
Oh, yeah, the 420 strain.
It was the mango one, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Mango Kush.
The mango kush, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the one. It was fucking crazy. I was like, holy shit, I think I'm going to fail a drug test.
That's why, like, the Hemperor, New Holland's Hemperor.
Yeah.
Yeah, this shit is crazy. All right.
Is it Epitaph? Epitaph from... There's a real metal name from one of the Carolinas.
Epitaph is
Burial. Burial's North Carolina.
Burial's from Asheville.
Asheville?
Yeah.
It's North Carolina.
And they are metal as fuck.
Yeah.
You go there, and like half of the bar inside is dirt floor.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking metal.
Burial... I get the vibe from Burial like I get from Three Floyds and Dark Horse.
Burial's badass.
But Burial...
So they have 5 North Carolina beers on here.
Good.
It's the only state with more
Good.
than 3.
Good.
But I
They
don't
deserve
know
it.
that I would guess any of these. Let's do it.
The Funkatorium is that in there anywhere?
Funkatorium.
Burial's not in there?
Nope. Let's see about Burial.
Jeez.
Yeah, Burial is. Burial Surf
Burial's
Wax.
got
That was an assist. Thank you very much.
That's number 2.
Yeah. They make some delicious shit.
Very high praise in this article, if you want to read it.
Burial is
Go to Thrillist.com.
I want to go there just from your description
It is
because...
so much fun.
Okay.
So much fun.
What else?
All of Asheville is just...
Yeah, Asheville sounds awesome.
It's beer vana.
Yeah.
Here's what I would do. If you have the perfect vacation, get the cabin in the Tennessee side. What is that area? The Smoky Mountains.
Smokies, yeah.
What is the town? I forget. Pigeon something.
Pigeon Forge?
Pigeon Forge. Get a cabin there. They're really nice. Airbnb it, and then go to Asheville for 1 day or 1 or 2 days.
They equally
and then
have
come
cabins
back.
right outside of Asheville.
They do? Oh, okay. Well, I went to Pigeon Forge and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I would do that exact same
Pigeon
trip
Forge
again.
for me is over. It's just overdone.
No. The downtown area, yeah, 100%. But the hiking trails and stuff is. I'm not talking about going to like
Gallon.
Ripley's. Yeah.
The Great Smoky Mountains in the national park itself.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Get all up in there.
Get all up in there.
So Burial's a destiny because
Burial's
it's in my
All
top
right, what
5.
else you guys
We
got?
talked about this after the thing on Saturday.
Burial Surf Wax. That's the only one. There's 5 for North Carolina.
For me, there's too many to choose from, but the Funkatorium would have been in there. It should have been
All
in
right.
there.
Well, it's not.
It's
I
where
wish it
you.
was.
It's
I
where
wish
you
it
would
was.
you would go. Oh wait, Burial's really fucking cool, but Funkatorium has way better. Like they're just the Sour King.
Yeah, so it's a complete division. Go to both because you get a juxtaposition of the flavors.
Yes. Yeah.
You just want me to say them? All right. Highland Gaelic Ale, Burial Surf Wax, Noda Hop Drop and Roll IPA, Duck Rabbit Milk Stout, and Foothills Sexual Chocolate.
Duck Rabbit. So that's got to be from the coast.
Sexual chocolate.
Since he first poured his delicious, creamy, slightly sweet stout from taps in August 2004, Paul Philippon's hobby invention was one of the first true craft beers to usher North Carolina's imbibers to the dark side and keep them there. Their potent Baltic
Duck.
porter is also no joke. Yeah, Duck Rabbit.
Duck's got to be from the coast.
And then South Carolina, we got Westbrook, Coast Hop Art, and that's it. 2 beers.
I had sexual chocolate. That's a very common name, but it's not from
But
Foothills.
that's it. So that's those are the notable states. I don't see anything else worth reporting.
I did. I had sexual chocolate from Foothills. Let's see what I gave it. I just had it a couple weeks ago. I gave it a 4.75.
Strong.
Wow, good.
Oh, that was I paired it on purpose. I had a 2015, so I just had this 2 weeks ago. I got the 2015 pairing on this, and I paired it with a fillet. I gave it a 4.75.
Sounds delicious.
Yep. I was like,
Sounds
sexual
good.
chocolate once you said that.
You know what else is coming up? That reminded me when you said filet. You know
It's
what else is coming up?
It's Winston-Salem.
Okay. You know what else is coming up? End of year. Mm-hmm. Do you know what we have riding on the end of year?
Oh, the amount of listens?
Amount of listens.
I have that number written down.
Oh,
so, yeah,
you've
the
recently checked it.
It's in the spreadsheet. No, I know 12s and you guys are in the 13s. I don't know the 5 numbers yet.
okay.
Yeah, but it's in the spreadsheet.
You have the numbers that we said. Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
No, I might even have it here. But.
Excellent. So that's coming up soon. So in the new year, we will discuss the winner and the loser, and ultimately we're all winners. Mm-hmm. Because we get to go eat a delicious dinner.
I only have the last 8 episodes in here, so okay. It's in the older archives. I like that because I think like with Thrillist and those authors, it's not nationally writers, so they get writers from the states and contributors. It's a distributed ops, concentrated distribution, and so you're getting people that are technically in the know. But like even us, we have a podcast. I wouldn't say we're very well diverse. We do a really good job covering Ohio. Mm-hmm. But I mean, do we nail it? Because we drink outside of the area.
We nail it.
Quite a bit. Like so we had 2 Ohio beers today, but
24/7 nailing it.
We're the best.
nailed it.
Nail it down.
In the top state in beer drinking, we're the top podcast.
It's true. I mean,
we know everything about Ohio beer.
Technically, that's a fact.
Well, I think we're the top beer podcast on the planet. But,
Yeah, I think so too.
That Zimbabwe podcast, just F them.
They're close.
They're close, but not really approaching our level of superiority.
Yeah, they've got those server farms in Lesotho, so.
Well, there's also not a lot of local beer in Zimbabwe.
Oh, that we know about. I mean.
Yeah, true. Microbrews. Home brews.
I'm trying to find this picture from Burial.
Lion IPA.
Next week we're back on.
Dang it.
We're back on tempo, right? It's you.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that. Next week is still on, right?
How are we off tempo? We're just going this way, right?
I know. I because I screwed it up when I was gone that way.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
But we're still
Chris
on
next
for
week.
next week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's on me.
Yeah.
It's on you.
Yep.
I have off.
I'm bringing the heat.
Just go to Halls.
I'm
I
bringing
gotta
it.
hook you up.
You might just have to pour it on.
I think Halls should be Pat? A sponsor.
He is. I mean,
we talk about it.
when I run out of Chuggalo donated stuff in a little bit. That's where it's all going to come
So
from.
Dr. told me, I'm going to bring this beer tomorrow. He told me yesterday, I'm going to bring this beer to work tomorrow. And I was like, if he doesn't, it's Halls all the way.
It's Halls.
Yeah.
It's Halls all the way.
If I have to shoot from the hip, it's Halls on the way here.
Because I had
just
one
leave
beer,
10
I
minutes
had the
early.
Arche, and that was it. And I was like, if Dr. doesn't show up, it's Halls. It's a Halls day.
I don't mind at all.
And I
shooting
like
from the
going
hip.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good experience, but I need to leave like 45 minutes
Tuesday's
early.
a good, like I said,
'Cause I'll be
Tuesday's a
there for
good
a
day to
while.
go there because it's his
That's
delivery
his
day.
Super
good.
fresh.
And it's delivery in the morning too, so because
perfect.
I get off work at 1:30. He goes, it's already here then. Like it's on the floor. He didn't even put it away. Some of the stuff.
Oh yeah, some of it's just sitting
Some of it's not
sitting
even
out there.
stickered.
Yeah.
because he's trying to do that at the same time.
Wow. We need to have him on the pod. We should do our pod from Halls.
Yeah,
From
I
the
think so.
drive-through.
We need to.
We should park in the drive-through.
The thing is, he's
going to
be servicing. Pat's going to be servicing the whole.
No,
time,
we're going to
so.
shut the drive-through down
Oh yeah, no.
by being in it.
He's got a couple of locals. I could tell you some funny stories about that.
Yeah. We can't shut
Jeez.
the drive-thru down.
Off.
We told him
pod.
about Halls, and he's telling us
He's got
stories
the
about
down-
Halls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's already the
I sat
insider
there.
with the
I've
locals.
ordered stuff from him, and I've sat
He's
there.
already the insider.
He
Shit, I lost it.
He's just down the road.
I mean,
should
yeah,
be the
he's
insider.
right here. He
Yeah.
should be. Yeah, he should be.
Yeah, he's gonna get my beer dollars from here on out.
He's a good guy. He's a good guy. He loves beer. And he's passionate about
He
his
is a
business.
good guy. That's the
the
biggest
thing.
thing about him is that he is a good guy.
Yep. He remembered that I went to Wisconsin. He goes, "Oh, how was Wisconsin?"
Holy shit.
Those his customers.
It's incredible.
His stuff is a premium if you price it out, though. You will pay
You will pay more.
a little bit more.
Good for him.
Other prices in the area.
He should.
Not for Lotto.
But
It's a place to go. I don't know. I don't play the lotto.
Well, I mean, $5 ticket.
Yeah, right.
But
it's not a premium.
Yeah, that's it. That's the beauty. It's right there.
Yeah. If you're in Ohio, go to Halls.
I don't even have to wear my pants most of the time.
If you're in Ohio.
Go to Halls.
You're in Cleveland?
If you're in Cleveland, go to Halls on Grange Hall Road in Beaver Creek.
Mikey and Ryan, come down to Halls.
Go to Halls, Mikey and Ryan. You'll like it.
Chuggalo Stevers.
If you didn't like the list I read of breweries that are popular in your area, go to Halls. Other than that, we had some good beer today.
Yep.
Christmas is coming next week, next Friday.
Christmas is here.
Next Friday. That's a movie. Next Friday.
Next Friday.
And then next week we'll say Friday.
Damn.
And
Rest
then
in
it'll
peace,
be
Tony
another
Lester.
movie. That's another movie. Friday.
Rest in peace, Tony Lester, man.
Yeah.
Zeus.
He's gone. But
That's where I know him from.
Zeus?
Zeus.
What is that from? What movie?
SummerSlam '89, where him and
he's a wrestler.
The Macho King challenged Hulk Hogan.
I didn't know that. Very good. I know him from Friday.
Me too. Everyone
Next
knows
Friday. He rides a bike.
He cut a Z into his head for Zeus.
I like that. That's pretty awesome.
Dope.
Cut a Z in your... I'm going to do that. I might do that. Maybe.
Cut a T in your head.
I'll cut a T in my head.
Cut Mr. T in your head.
I need a haircut.
You do.
I love having this fun with it. I have fun with this most days now. Longest it's been.
What, your hair?
Yeah, have fun with your hair. I would encourage everyone on their own time to have fun with their own hair.
On their own time. Not on your time.
Not on my time. Fuck no.
that.
No.
Take your hair somewhere else.
That's expensive.
That's too much.
I mean, you can do it on my own time, but it's going to cost you.
You want to play with your hair on Chris's time? Bring your wallet.
Yeah,
Bring your
please.
checkbook.
Venmo.
Cash
App.
PayPal. Bring
take
your
it.
fucking investment account.
Chuggalo Stev, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Stev.
Way too generous.
It's not a we 3, it's a we 4 will go to Dayton Barrel House and drink.
Yes.
I almost said Dayton Beer Company.
It's right there. It's a block away. You're in the right neighborhood.
Barrel House.
When the time is right,
I've never been to Barrel
When the
House.
time is right,
It's
we
so-
should,
right
we should
now is not the
absolutely.
right time.
I think
It's a fun place to drink to because they have like old, like stuffy chair. Like,
I think this is going to be a fantastic opening to a fun little pub crawl in the springtime.
Ooh, I like that.
I would like to squirrel that away until we all have time to take a day off or whatever.
I have like a million hours.
Oh, I don't, but I
Well,
don't
you
care.
had a different summer than I did. A much different summer.
Well, yeah. I took all those million hours off in November.
Oh, okay.
Either way, neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Let's have a good time in the spring.
Let's do it.
The weather's gonna roll out great.
Stev, I'll let you know.
Awesome.
Thanks, Steph. That's it. Episode 118. Killing it. We're almost at 120, which is a minute of beer from. God, I just blanked on the
120
fucking-
minutes.
I just got my 4-pack of 2020, so I have the last 5 years represented in my cellar.
Wow,
That's impressive.
I'm excited.
that's awesome. That's it. 118.